Hello and welcome to my shop. My name is George and I'm coming to you from Chelsea, Quebec. Today I'm going to take you along on a ride as I modify my bandsaw with the addition of a work light. It's an adjustable work light, the up and down, the left and right, and even a little bit of more up and down over here, all adjustable. But the special thing about this work light is that it doesn't load the system. It's an LED lamp, and you'll notice there's no additional cabling, nor is there a battery. What I've done is I've wired it into the switch box. So what that means is the light comes on when I turn on the power, and it goes off when the bandsaw power is turned off. This is easily one of the fastest and most efficient ways of voiding your bandsaw's warranty. So let's get going. All right then, I've unplugged the bandsaw and I've unscrewed the switch paddle and unscrewed the switch unit itself out of the case, so it's hanging here loosely. When this upper switch is pressed, contact is made, and it's broken with the lower switch. Now let's take a little bit of a closer look inside. Okay, a slightly different viewpoint here. And the focus is at the back of the power box. So power is coming in here on the left side. This grommet here is holding the power cord in place, and I know that that's power because I actually tracked it through by watching where the plug went into the machine. And on the right side there's another grommet, and this is now power being distributed to the motor after the switch. So let's take a look at the switch connections. Now I've tilted the switch box forward, so this was ordinarily this is the top of the switch box. And from the left, here's the white wire, so this is the neutral coming into contact here at the upper end. And it's very difficult to see, but there's a black wire coming from the same cable going down to a contact again here on the left side. Opposite them, you've got a black wire leading to the motor, and a white wire, again black being hot, white being neutral, coming off of this contact. The switch itself is a double pole single throw, and I verified that by taking an ammeter to it. So when the switch is engaged, in other words when the power is on, you have contact closure between this terminal and that one, and then separately you have contact being made between this terminal, the hot coming in, and the terminal here on this side that's out of view, the hot leading to the motor. When you turn the power off, when you activate the off switch, then both of those contacts get broken. So if I want my light to come on when I turn the power on, I should simply run a parallel lead from this side of the switch, neutral, and this side over here, the hot wire. So the light will only come on when the switch is closed, in other words when you turn the power on. Now as far as loading goes, the motor is rated at 10 amps, and a light emitting diode lamp uses 5.5 watts, I think, which corresponds to 50 milliamps. So if the motor is using 10 amps, adding the light is going to bring us up to 10.05. So it's not going to load the system at all. Okay, I've added some jumpers in here. So from the normally open terminal on the hot side. I've added a black wire. It's going to run out to the light. And from the normally open terminal on the neutral side, I didn't have a white wire, so I used yellow instead. And that also will run out to the light. So I'll feed it through, I'll put a little hole in the box, and then an arm that'll hold the light itself. I drilled one hole for a 1/4 inch 20 bolt that runs through a 3/4 inch high standoff. There's a second hole beside the first for the leads to pass through. Okay, here's a look at the light. It's an LED lamp already wired to accept household current. So in Canada that means 110 volts at 60 hertz. The device itself consumes 5.5 watts, but it casts as much light as you would get in tungsten terms as a 50-watt bulb. So that's more than enough light for my purposes. The configuration is a GU10, and I think these things were designed to replace halogens. Here's a GU10 socket. I got these from China at 3 for $1. You can't beat that price. So these things were piled up in a big box store on sale, $1.99. So I bought 30 of them, and I bought 30 sockets as well. Here's a 3D printed enclosure for the socket and the light, and I've even added a couple of ribs down at the bottom that mesh with these slots over here, and they keep the socket from rotating. You have to twist this thing on like that. If you'd like this and you have a 3D printer, let me know and I'll send you the STL files if you want to print off a thing like this. So there's the housing for the lamp and the socket, and then this looks a bit like a universal joint, and I guess it acts like that too. The post lets you spin it left and right, and then up here you can articulate up and down. So you can direct the light pretty much anywhere you want it. So be happy to send you the STL files, which you should be able to deliver to a slicer and then put to your printer. Now, there are small variations in the shape of these things. So if you want to adjust the file, then I can also send you the OpenSCAD files as well. And so you could work with the source code. Here's another still showing the arm and star knob. I was making some bent wood laminations at the time, so I put a practice lamination to work over here. Okay, well that's it for me for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I want to thank you for sticking it through till here. If you have any questions, if I've left anything out, please feel free to post them in the comments on my YouTube channel. And listen, make some time for whatever your passion is, and if it's possible, share it.